Hello, hello, hello. It is your boys once again, the DM podcast, giving you that flavor in your ear. In today's podcast, trades, trades. We're talking about the week in trades. We just had the Super Bowl. We're we're filming this just after we had two NBA fights. The Detroit Pistons and the Charlotte Hornets. Okay, basketball gods, please, we need this as the 1-8 matchup in the playoffs.
I
This
know.
looks like it'll be fun.
Yeah.
The two young teams. You have the young up and coming Charlotte Hornets that are kind of they're like what in the last 10, I think now they're like 8-2, which is pretty good. Detroit Pistons, who are fighting for the best record in the league. This is what we need. And then we had another kind of more random one with the Timberwolves and the Atlanta Hawks.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
That was a
That
little
was
random, but it seemed like it was something. But of course, we had the Super Bowl. Thank goodness the New England Patriots lost. That's all I wanted. I don't even care. That's all I wanted to see. Wasn't the greatest game. A lot of people liked the Super Bowl performance, it seemed.
it wasn't bad still. We
I
can't
thought it was
lie.
okay. Wasn't
It
enough.
wasn't bad still.
I didn't really care for it. I'm gonna keep it 100. Didn't really care for it.
I did. It was better than I thought it would be. That's all I can say.
It seemed like it meant a lot to a lot of people, which I'm like, okay, if it meant a lot to a lot of people, then I don't want to ever diminish it because it did mean a lot to a lot of people. So that's what matters
A
if it
lot
had a
to
meaning for some.
yeah.
But before I continue, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. How is my boy Wise doing today?
You already know every day above ground.
Every day above ground, we are good. I'm thinking, do we do Super Bowl first? A quick little chat about Super Bowl.
A quick little chat about how New England got folded. You know.
I think we said it 2 weeks ago. The Seahawks are just a better team. The better team. There is actually no question about it. They were legit the better team, and they proved it. I think Drake May looked like a deer in headlights for
Yeah.
most of the game.
Yeah.
Seahawks defense once again just shut them down.
Stifling them. You know what I mean? New England couldn't get into any sort of rhythm. You know what I mean? Like no, they didn't score till the fourth. That should tell you something. You know what I mean? So a lot of field goals. A lot of field goals. Credit New England's defense as well. New England's
Oh,
playing
they played really
a hell
well.
of a defensive game.
Yeah. It was the offense that really screwed them over.
Yeah, yeah. Drake May was the MVP. You know, Drake May talks about MVP, right? So I know that's dead officially. You know what I mean? So
It's
he
good
has,
that he didn't win the MVP.
he has time to make it back and to come back again. You know what I mean? Even though New England was not even supposed to be there, they were projected like 7, 8 wins.
Yeah, yeah. It's good that he didn't win MVP. It's good. If he won MVP, people would have been like, "Oh, this is the most fraud MVP that we've
Hmm.
ever given out. Why did we give it to him?" We all talked about the scheduling. He played some bad offenses, not so much bad defenses, but bad offenses. But it's yeah, man. It's also everyone's saying it like the NFC was clearly the better division, better conference, I should say, by a mile.
Yeah.
Because I think the Rams would have beat the Patriots as well. I
I
think the only team I think could have competed offensively are teams like the not Jaguars, the Chargers and the Bills could have competed offensively with most teams in the NSF and NFC. But yeah, I don't know. I think the NFC was just clearly better.
yeah. Yeah.
Like I think the Rams would have beat them. I think, of course I'm gonna be biased. I think the Packers could have beat this team. I think the Bears could have beat this
The
team.
Bills could beat this team.
The Lions, the Bills. That's why once again the teams that should be pissed off at this
Is the Bills
Bills, because bro,
folded,
this is your year. Like
folded.
I like the Seahawks, but I really think the Bills could have done something. Better offensive weapons, a way better quarterback. I think would have been better for them.
Seahawks were just playing for their family. You know what I mean? It
You
was
know what I'm
really like
saying?
they were just playing for their family. It was bigger than them. It wasn't like for the glory for them. It was like I'm playing for my family. You know what I mean? So it was just different. Even how they
Wow.
celebrated, I was hearing was just like they all went home to their family, just kicked it.
Even like Minnesota should be devastated. The Jets should be like, Should we have kept Sam Darnold? Here's the thing. Sam Darnold wasn't a good QB with the Jets. He was
Yeah,
actually really good with the Vikings. I will say that. When you have a top defense, it makes the life easier for the QB.
a lot, a lot.
So, and when you have what a top three defense in the Seahawks, come on, it just made it easier. Made it easier. Made it a lot easier. But congratulations to them. A lot of people thought it was boring. They felt like even last year's Super Bowl was boring. So we've had like kind of two straight Super Bowls that have been kind of boring. Um,
I guess that's subjective because there's people that love defensive games. You know what I mean? There's
I'm
people that
like
love,
coaches. I'm like I was watching the game. Like, yo, coaches are in love with this game because they love the defense. Every coach loves defense. Every coach would want to win 7-0.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's like we can win this way too. And obviously, people like the high scoring, like 30s, 20s, or the
The
high 20s,
entertainment, right? The scoring is the entertainment part.
right? So it's to each his own. You know what I mean? It depends on what you're watching football for. You know what I mean? As a fan, that's what it boils down to still.
Yeah. So, look, good on them. We'll see what happens next year. NFC will still be the better division because they're just better teams. I think the AFC is the I should say the conference. The AFC is the conference of like, will they be healthy? Will the Bengals be healthy?
Oh, that's the question. That's the big call, man.
Will Kansas City be healthy? Will the Bills be healthy? Will Patriots kind of get back to that? Will the Chargers, Jaguars, like the Texans? There's so much teams in the AFC
Texans need
that
to redeem
like
themselves. Like he need to redeem himself.
I kind of believe in Kansas City. If I had to early pick it, the two teams I would think of is Kansas City and the Chargers. They're the two teams I'm
I'm not
picking.
mad at Kansas City. I like the Bengals healthy. I
Yeah,
like Burrow healthy. 17 games.
yeah. I in the NFC, I like right now. Honestly, there's so much teams. I think any team that just has a good matchup, good run, good defense
You
can do it
just
because it's so even. I think the NFC is. I think it's all about like they say, any given Sunday. Any given
literally,
Sunday. So.
literally.
Okay, that's that. Let's move on to let's just talk about these trades and talk about some of these teams. So I have almost all the trades that happen, or I just go through each team, like go through each conference, and because I kind of remember most of the trades or whatever, and we just talk about each team. If some teams will skip because there's nothing to talk about,
Okay.
but I think most teams actually something to probably mention about what they did. Like San Antonio didn't do anything, so there's
Yeah.
nothing to really talk about in San Antonio. Which
Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix didn't do anything either. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
some teams it's smart they didn't do anything because you couldn't do anything. So and Spurs, what are you doing? Like you
Yeah.
this pretty good season already. Like you, no one thought. I
Very
didn't
good.
think this was gonna happen. Yeah, they're 36-16. I didn't think that. So okay. So which one do you want to go through all the transactions? Like we just go through each
Let's
one
go each
or,
go through the
or
transactions.
each team?
I guess each transaction
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
got my
Okay, I'm gonna start from really. Okay, we'll go Tuesday for my trade deadline was on Thursday, but some things happened on February 3rd. We'll talk about the Chicago Bulls traded for Mike Conley, who also got then rerouted again, and then we'll be like Minnesota's gonna sign him. But at the end of the day, the Bulls got Jaden Ivey, and then also within that deal, the Detroit Pistons got Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, and some draft compensation, blah blah blah. The rest of it doesn't really matter. But what do you think about that Bulls kind of Minnesota Detroit trade? You like Ivy with the Bulls?
Bulls got a lot of guards. That's how I feel. Bulls got a lot of guards. I really don't know what Bulls are doing personally. I know what head office direction is personally. Conley getting waived to go back to Minnesota. I like that. He's
Hmm.
ending up getting more bread. You know what I mean by getting paid out. Then you know what I mean because him on Minnesota. I mean him on Chicago wouldn't make any damn sense. You know
Yeah,
what I
they don't
mean?
need them. They don't need him.
I'm surprised Detroit gave up on Ivy without running like a full season healthy. Like this, they're having a great season this year. I'm kind of surprised. I feel like you need to run the playoffs, see what he's about, see where the team is at, and then make a decision. I feel like Detroit didn't need to make any moves personally this trade deadline. They should have waited to the offseason. You're the number one seed. You need to see what your playoffs is saying before you decide what do we need. Because y'all are just gonna go back, number one seed. If y'all don't make it to the East Finals, which y'all I don't think are, you're gonna go back and be like, you know what? What do we need to do now? What pieces do we have to trade? And it's gonna be more trades again, chemistry. We'll see what's gonna happen even next season if they're gonna be at number one seed again. So that's how I feel about that.
Off season, like I think, which I think is going to start happening more. Teams are going to be like, we could just do more things in the off season. There's more desperate teams. There's more teams that don't want to tank. We could just do more, or every team is going to believe in themselves. So we kind of have more of a chance. The Ivy one, I think now Chicago is tanking or not tanking. They're just going to try less than they did before because they traded, they traded Kobe White, which we'll talk about, and they traded, uh, Vucevic. So I think it's better. But I agree with you. They have a lot of guards. They do need to pick a direction. They do need to figure out who's their core moving forward. I think that's something that they definitely need to think of. I Detroit clearly said we don't need Ivy. We don't need him. Where we have this record despite him. That's you can tell that's how they feel. They try to get Ivy, into this, but Jenkins, they're kind of rookie-ish or like second year guy. They signed him to a 2-year contract. Like they believe in him a little bit more. He's showing a better offensive punch. Kevin Herter can hit some threes and play a little bit of defense. Probably better for Detroit currently. But I agree. I think they could have thing with Ivy, they couldn't pay him, so they had to trade him because you couldn't pay him this offseason. But mind you, I don't think he would have been worth a lot of money.
Yeah, because he's coming off a rookie. He hasn't really shown. Is he coming? Yeah, he hasn't really shown any injury. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. He probably would have got like a 4 year, like 100 mil, maybe, maybe.
you're acting like that's bad.
I
And
mean,
they
but for NBA guys, there could have been that's still
100 mil
25
4
mil.
years is
So and then 25 mil is probably too much because he doesn't play enough
yeah.
to be justified that he should get that. So okay, let's move on to this. I love this trade. So the Grizzlies and Utah. The Grizzlies traded, Jaren Jackson Jr., Vince Williams Jr., John Contra, which I think they waived, Jock Landale, which I think he got rerouted to Atlanta, for like Walton Clayton Jr., so rookie, and then Taylor Hendricks, which is Utah's rookie, who like got hurt the first year and then wasn't able to play, but I think he can have something. He can have some motion. George Niang, Collinson, and draft consideration. All this doesn't matter. The main point is we all knew Jaren Jackson was on the trade. It wasn't on the trade market, but if Ja got traded, everyone knew Triple J was going to get traded.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think they could have got like probably way more. They could have, but you still got use some of Utah's picks. So I'm thinking, okay, you got some Utah picks. I think it's okay. But I kind of like this for Utah. I know some people aren't big fans and everything, but like I don't know. I feel like the theme that I'm gonna keep mentioning is there's a lot of teams that just won't win the title. You really need an elite guy to win a title, like elite guy.
Yeah.
And like if you don't have an elite guy, you're really just kind of competing and hoping to go on a nice run for your fans. Like I sorry to say, but you're almost hoping for that. You need an
What the
elite guy.
Pacers did last year. They didn't have like an elite guy.
Yeah,
Elite, you know what I mean?
like if Halliburton can turn into that, that's one thing. But like sometimes you just want to go on a nice run. Like not everyone's gonna have a Detroit Pistons type run. You generally need an elite guy, like a
Mhm,
top 10 guy. Like it's
mhm.
just history shows in the NBA. That's what you need. But I like this, Utah Jazz.
Me,
What do you think of
me too.
basically Walker Kessler, center, power forward is Jaren Jackson, small forward, Laurie Markkinen, and then you have probably Keontae George being that point guard, combo guard, whatever he can be. You like Utah's future?
I'm loving Utah's future. I can't lie, because Keontae George is a guy to me. I do not give up. Keontae George is a guy he can play make. He's not just a two, right? Laurie should have new life, right? He'll bruise on you. Pause. Jaren Triple J, you already know what he brings. Everything but rebounding, and that's okay because there's Kessler for that, right? Laurie will chip in too. You know what I mean? Keontae will want to start a break with the board and push the rock. You know what I mean? Kessler, he's the anchor. He's the
Yeah.
defender. He's the lob threat. Keontae getting better at playmaking. You know what I mean? Kessler getting more feel of the game, has a soft touch on the rim. This is a big team. That 3 to 5 is big, and I
Yeah,
love it. I love it.
very big. And then like, who are they gonna? This is where it kind of sucks for certain players. Ace Bailey, is he gonna be a part of the future, or is he obviously all of a sudden the odd man out?
The things with Ace Bailey, my G, you did not even make the Rising Stars,
Yeah.
right? Like you didn't make that already. That's not a good look to me. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to get better, Ace, you can get better, right? There's going to be opportunity for you. You're a lottery pick.
Yeah.
You
Number
guys didn't
what?
trade
Number
you.
three? No, no. You're like number five or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Jazz didn't trade you, right? For a reason. You know what I mean? There's your purpose is there for a reason. So you just got to get to work. I feel just get to work. Use that as fuel. You didn't make the Rising Stars. Use it as fuel. Use it as fuel.
The thing is, the way Utah's acting now, they want to win some games next year. I wouldn't. I wouldn't think they would be wrong if they traded Ace Bailey for a guy who could help them along the way win, right? Because I think those three guys can that could be a 45 plus win team. Laurie can hit clutch buckets because in the regular season, you don't really need a guy. Like you don't need a guy
Hmm.
to win you games. You just need a good team to win your games. Playoffs and getting to the finals, you'll need a guy. The game slows down, things like that. But I love what Utah did. Like you said, James Jackson can't rebound, but Kessler's there for the rebounding. Markkinen could be there as a like Markkinen as a three. He may average like 26 points to 28 points a game if he's a three. Like doesn't have to take a defensive load. You still have Kessler could be a good defender. Jerry Jackson Jr. is a good defender.
Yep.
It helps a lot if you can somehow get Keontae George and somehow get like a two
Tall.
like a two guy who's like who can play defense. Oh my gosh, that team is cooking because
That,
defensively you have a lot of guys who can do a lot. And yeah, I think it's good for Utah, man. I can't lie. I'm very excited to see, which kind of leads us to Ja didn't get traded.
surprise. Like
Right?
I'm surprised.
The thing is, they said it, man. There's people who are like, "Yo, we don't want Ja. Can you attach a pick and then we'll take Ja." The fact that John Morant, you have to attach a pick to this man.
That's ludicrous.
That's how much he's fallen. If you think about it.
Man is top 10 most talented players in the NBA right now on talent alone.
But we don't teams don't want I don't want him. Like I wouldn't want him.
I would want him still if I was the Miami Heat, for example.
The thing is that was the biggest rumor, right? But then Miami still thinks they can get Giannis. So they're like, nah, we don't want that. Ja, you said it, Ja hasn't improved
He hasn't.
last few years. But
He
I
has.
but I get it. Ja's so explosive. He's a name. But I'm like,
I feel like him, like with the Heat, he'd get his act. He'd have to get his act together. Pat Riley's like, come on, you want to get paid in this league, or you don't want to get paid. Like, let's keep it a buck.
nah, you have
Ultra is respected. You coached Hall of Famers. Like you've coached Hall of Famers. You coach Braun, you coach Wade, you coach Bosch. These are first ballot Hall of Famers. You're a Hall of Fame coach.
yeah.
Has Job played with Hall of Famers or Hall of Fame coach?
No,
That's the things. The respect is gonna be there. I feel if he were to go to Miami, that's how I feel.
yeah. He just shoots with 29% shooting the three, which is kind of trash.
They're gonna say, "Yo, you have to make 500 threes a day." Like Miami, like they're gonna put him on. For example, I like to see him there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Davion Mitchell though. You know what I mean? I like Hero, but Hero, I
Yeah.
like those guys.
See, 'cause now if you're the Grizzlies, you got some draft picks. Grizzlies have shown to draft well. They're not a,
A
but
hundred,
they have shown
100.
that. So like you can kind of trust your ability to draft.
They drafted DB, right?
Yeah. No, DB.
Yeah, that's a pick.
He came
Trade.
from I swear he came from another team, but you could be right. You actually definitely could be right. No, yeah, he did start there. He started there. You're right.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
DB, you drafted Ja, you draft Triple J, Santi Alma, or he drafted him. He's a guy.
Drafted Bane, third
Drafted Bane.
overall. So no, no, the
He
Grizzlies.
drafted guys. If we
Grizzlies.
go back, we can talk about Marc Gasol and
Like Gigi Jackson, Williams Jr., like we just mentioned, Zach Edey, Brandon Clark. Like there's
yeah,
guys that you
Brennan. Yes, you guys draft well.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Brennan Clark has not played in like 3 years though.
yeah.
Crazy. It's like
That's the only thing. Okay, the next really big trade is Darius Garland for Harden, pretty much.
that was the real blockbuster, the real splash. I can't lie. I was real surprised. Harden seems like the last, I want to say 8 seasons, every 2 years is like, let me get up on out of here. You know what I mean? Kind of surprised. Still kind of surprised Kawhi is in the All Star game. Aspiration he didn't get punched for that. So I'm just surprised that certain things like is Harden really seeing the fall of the Clippers? You know what I mean? That's why he said, "Let me jump ship." Or what do you think?
I do think there is a fall coming, but they're also trying to win games, which they still may try to win. And we'll talk about the other trade they made, which is like it could be a good trade for them
Mhm.
if it works out well. I think what this shows, and I'll go more to it's like there's two things. Okay, Harden's on Cleveland now. Harden, we know, like he plays games. He's averaged like 70 plus games a season. So we don't have to worry about him being
Yeah,
healthy. We don't have to worry about that. Game 6 and game 7, you need to worry about that. We made
especially 7.
we've made countless claims that Cleveland hasn't like gone over the hump.
They're cursed.
If we're telling you that, oh, okay, the person that's going to get you over the hump is James Harden, you're kind of like the James Harden that can't get over the hump himself. So it's a hard thing to for us all to be like, well, now they're gonna do it. I do like the team, but like,
I like the team too. I've liked it with Garland, but here's the thing: Mitchell has not known, has never went to the West, East, any conference finals ever. Harden squeezed one with that Houston Rocket team with Josh Smith, and all because Josh Smith was hitting threes in Game 6 or Game 7, while they went to the once West Finals. That was the only reason why, because no one expect Josh Smith to be hitting like 5, 6 threes. Let's keep it a buck. So
yeah,
you got two guys that can't get to the conference finals unless there's a stroke of luck.
yeah, yeah.
Evan
I'm
Mobley
saying
is
that the talent's there, but
talent's there, but Harden is Garland will give you more of effort on defense, right?
Harden does. He doesn't. He tell you when Harden's engaged, he tries.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I'll cancel each other out, but
Garland's younger though. Garland's like 26 or something, 27.
Garland's younger, but Harden is bigger and stronger.
He is. He is.
Yeah.
I think all what so the other thing to it, it basically shows once again, y'all didn't fuck with Garland at one point. Y'all moved on from Garland. We had Garland and Mobley. They were the fun team. Okay, you got Mitchell, and okay, Mitchell's gonna help them, but it's still Garland's team with maybe becoming Mobley's. Then y'all kind of said, "Fuck Garland." It's Donovan Mitchell's team, and then it became Donovan Mitchell and Mobley's team, and then and then Garland gets hurt, and you're just like, "Fuck this guy," and you trade him. So but I do think him and we'll get to Ben Mathurin could build a new history with the Clippers, and I think that's not a bad thing. I think that's not a bad thing. I think you have two guys who may be hungry and honestly probably feel disrespected,
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
and I think that's good. I think that's good for the future. Um, but in the standings of the East. The thing is, Cleveland was winning games before they brought Harden. They started going on a
They started rolling, so
yeah. So
everything's always question marks.
do you see it getting over the hump here or no?
No,
Yeah, it's hard. First, my first thought I was like, no, this is good, this is really good. But then I'm like, nothing has shown us before that this is gonna work.
yeah,
So, nah, I don't know.
I need to see to believe it, but
Yeah, I ain't seen the playoffs. Like, oddly enough,
it's-
I still think I thought this with Garland too. It's probably the second best team in the East, but I thought it was the second best team in the East before. Like, I
we
don't think they're
definitely
better than
did.
New York. They're not better than New York, so it doesn't matter to me.
Like they should be the third best team. Let's keep it a buck because they're better than Philly. They're not better than New York. They're not better than the Pistons, right?
I think in a seven-game
Boston,
series, though, I think we can beat the Pistons. And that's just based off
yeah,
experience that they have.
yeah,
But do I think they could beat New York? No, I don't think they could beat New York.
hell no.
Like, no, no, I don't see it. I think, okay, so the next thing, I personally think this team, one of the teams, I think one trade deadline. The Oklahoma City Thunder trade a 2026 first round pick, which I don't believe is theirs, but it could be someone else's, but it could be theirs, and three second round picks for Jared McCain. This is the same Jared McCain that almost won Rookie of the Year last year, but got hurt.
Yeah, yeah,
This he can get buckets.
definitely.
The
Yo,
fact,
Zesty will get buckets.
the fact that they got this guy, oh, I think OKC, I think they low key did something that like not a lot of people just paid attention to. I
Yep,
think it's something for sure.
yep, yep. But Philly, credit Philly for doing that trade too because they need picks.
That's the thing. They got
They
some
need
second
new picks. You
rounders,
got PG suspended, and when he's playing, he's running cardio. You need picks.
right? You need some young guys to come in and be there with Maxi and VJ. I think the lucky thing that you have VJ, so that's why
Beyond lucky, but Philly drafts okay. They draft
right?
okay.
So you're almost like, okay, like we can get rid of McCain because we have VJ, because we have Maxi. We already have the guards that for our future. And like you said, we have Paul George, who we probably can never trade until his contract's expired.
Unfortunately,
So we already had kind of have the guard lineup that we kind of already have. So we don't really need to
hmm
add additional stuff. And we have Quentin Grimes too, who we like.
yep.
So there's actually a lot of guys.
Uber's over there doing what he got to do on defense, right?
Yeah, so we have a lot of guys, but I think Oklahoma City underrated pickup. Underrated pickup. He can be a microwave scorer if he
Definitely.
wanted to be. Like he can turn into a six man of the year. Because OKC is not going to start this type of guy. He doesn't play defense, not even close to the levels of the Carusos and Dorts.
He's gonna get in line real quick over there. He's gonna have to if he's
He's
gonna
going to
want to get
score.
some sort of consistent minutes. He's gonna have to.
He's definitely going to
But
score.
that's just another ball handler there too, coming off the bench that can hit threes. It's just scary.
Next thing, a guy who can score, Kobe White, has gone to the Charlotte Hornets for Colin Sexton. Once again, I think for the Bulls, thank you for like finally moving on.
hmm
Finally, like realizing, okay, we need to start like losing games. Mind you, kind of a little too late this season. Because you know what? Maybe it's not. Let me look at the standings real quick.
A lot of time. A
Yeah,
lot of
no, they have time because Charlotte's making the play in or play like they're making it.
bro. Yes. And
They're
tell
making
me about LaMelo Ball. The hate of LaMelo Ball is you don't hear the haters
it.
for LaMelo Ball anymore. You're not hearing no LaMelo Ball haters, you know.
Yeah, when you win games, no one should say shit when you're winning games. Yeah, so like Charlotte's gonna be there. Thing is Charlotte gonna be a top eight team? I'm not too sure because for them to be a top eight team, they would have to eliminate a Miami or Orlando or maybe a Philly. Now I'm not too sure about that, but they honestly been winning.
Hot right now. It seems like
Yeah,
they got things. They're clicking. The chemistry is really clicking now.
yeah.
Everyone knows their role.
And now you get Kobe White coming off the bench for this team.
Yeah, that's definitely a better guard to me than Sexton. And I like Sexton. Sexton is a bull, but Kovac is going to make better decisions.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a
And
better
you're
three-point
right.
shooter.
Sexton can give you 20, but Kobe can give you 20 as well. Like, but I think you almost just got a maybe a more dynamic score in Kobe
Yeah,
White.
yeah. Kobe's a better shooter, 3-point
Yeah.
shooter, right? And I feel like I don't know this. I feel like Kobe White is a better locker room guy. He has that aura of being a good locker room guy.
Yeah, he could be a better vibes guy for this team.
Yeah. So, and
And
that's what they need, right?
underrated, Kobe White is from North Carolina, so it helps. It helps. So like,
Hometown too.
so
Oh
it
boy.
kind of helps. So like,
Oh boy.
I do think that just makes Charlotte better. I don't think he's healthy just yet, but I think he will be.
Charlotte's in the
Um,
playoffs, man. Let's keep
yeah,
it above. Charlotte's in the playoffs.
they're definitely gonna do their thing. We go Gabe Vincent for Luke Kennard. The Lakers are just patching up a bunch of white boys, which
Yeah.
is it's funny. But
They
I
need
think
shooters, right? Those white guys can shoot.
I think Luke Kennard is a good pickup. I think
Beyond.
they do need defense,
He's
but
not a bad defender though. Luke Kennard's decent. He's decent.
like he's gonna get picked on for sure.
He's
But
decent though.
so
Like,
is Austin Reeves, right?
that's
Um,
a joke.
right. So the thing is, they kind of have like a defensive lineup when they play what's this guy's name? Marcus Smart and then Vanderbilt and then Hachimura. I'm like, okay, you know what? They kind of have
Yeah, yeah,
like some length, some defensive
yeah.
prowess kind of
Yeah.
thing when they do that. So I kind of think as long as in the playoff they kind of have a honestly two of those guys always on the court,
They
I
need.
think that can help them.
They need because you can't having those three guys on the court. We know the names. It's gonna hurt you on defense. It's really gonna hurt you. Like people saying Lakers this, Lakers that. Lakers don't play defense.
Yeah,
So
not like that. No way.
it's gonna be interesting playoff. It was a very interesting playoff.
But offensively, they may just keep doing their thing offensively on you.
No, definitely, but you're gonna need to stop some possessions at
Yeah, of
times, critical
course.
times.
Yeah, of course.
And anytime I see Laker games, any team, I'm just seeing sometimes a layup drill, lobs, open threes. I'm like, okay. Like I'll
Yeah.
just see LeBron sometimes the man gets the ball, he's just turning to rebounds. It's just like, hey,
They fought against OKC just now. OKC did win. OKC just plays a certain type of defense and they're better than the Lakers. Mind you, OKC doesn't have Shea. I did have Shea or AJ Mitchell, but then Lakers don't have Luca. So
so they have
he,
Luca. J Dub, I wonder how J Dub did because
he did
J Dub
okay. He got some clutch buckets at the end.
okay, okay.
He was doing his thing. Definitely doing his thing. What do you think about Vucevic to the Boston Celtics for Anthony Simons?
You know what? At first I was like, man, because I'm an Anthony Simons fan. Let's keep it
Yeah.
above. I like this guy. I wanted to find a home because when he was in Portland, he was really starting to cook, right? But but I revisited it. I'm just like, you know what? Vooch is a big body. He can hit the three. Boston needs size. It works. It works. It works. It
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
So
And right now they have Vucevic coming off the bench. And if that's the case, and your boy's coming off the bench. Payne Pritchard comes off the bench.
yeah, I know Pritchard comes off the bench. So you have Vooch and Pritchard come off the bench.
I thought he was starting at one point.
Nah, they just give him 25 minutes, 27. Joe Mazzulla gives him 25, 27 minutes a game because
That's crazy because he is like I don't want to see that team in the playoffs from the Raptors.
Vooch and Pritchard come off the bench.
Yeah, Vucevic is like a less defensive version of Al Horford, but he's still better because he can be like a 20 and 10 guy easily.
Yeah, and then you still have Tatum that's just recovering.
And the
Oh,
reports show
Boston, man.
and the
Everything
report
Boston touches. It's like
the reports are today that Tatum is going to be practicing with the G League team. So there is a fucking chance.
practicing with the G League team, and we're in February. So this is
There's a
2 months till
chance.
playoffs.
There's a chance.
Even him being on the court, rusty, it still draws attention.
Things I don't even think he should play. I think he should take the year
I
off.
agree. I agree with you, but
Like just fully recover. Take the year off. It's not worth it.
I agree. I agree.
Unless you genuinely think like we have a chance. But like with Jason Tatum coming off of ACL, can you beat Denver? No.
I don't think
Beat
so.
OKC?
I
No.
don't think so. I don't think
So
so.
like
You need you need to be healthy. Like everyone
Yeah,
needs to
you
be.
need a good 85% of Jason Tatum.
Yeah, you need to be in season shape.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know. I think he may. So I think overall it was a good deal. Jose Alvarado basically goes to the team that he was probably meant to always go to, the New York Knicks.
and let me tell you something. The Knicks are gonna embrace that guy because New Yorkers like guys that are gritty, hardworking. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Do the
I think he's
gritty.
from New York too. I think he's actually from New
Is
York.
he?
Yeah, yeah,
Man, I thought it was like from Phoenix, some close to Mexico. No, this
yeah. No, I think he's from New York. So
from New York. Okay,
yeah,
okay, Puerto Rican. Yeah, Puerto Rican.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, GTA. I seen him talking to. Well, I seen him, but he was talking to Brunson. I was seeing on a little clip.
Yeah.
Just like yo, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to help the team? Brunson's like, yo, let it happen. It'll come. Don't worry. Don't worry. You
Like,
know what I mean?
like Brunson was just like, just get out of my way. First in his brain, he's like, just get out of my way.
Yeah.
Offense, I'll pass it
Brunson,
off if I need to. Just don't be in my way.
Brunson wanted to say, you know what? Play defense and pass me the ball.
Like tell you that. Follow your rule, my guy. So like with the Pelicans, I told you before to give me that ISO to just complain about them. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna waste my breath on these people. I probably will, probably in the off season. Um, you can get a lot for Trey Murphy the third. I think if they said we're willing to trade Trey, I think people would give like multiple draft picks for this guy. Multiple draft picks for Trey Murphy the third. He's the most valuable player on your team when it comes to draft picks.
Nah, it shouldn't be the case, which is crazy.
Zion is not, and Herb Jones is worth some. I think Herb Jones could be
I'm
worth,
about to say Herb Jones is definitely worth something.
right? Even Missy could have got you maybe a second rounder. I think
Derek
you
Queen
got
is
some,
staying though. We know Derek Queen's staying.
right. Dairy Queen is like the future, and unfortunately, what's my boy's name? The one who's
Really?
the point guard who's injured.
DeJounte? What's going on
DeJounte.
with him?
Yeah, he's hurt. So like he's not you're not gonna see him until maybe end of the year next season.
Wow.
So like just as a team, just revamp yourself. Like just let go of Zion. That's my
I
big
mean, if Zion could really, I'm tired. I can't even talk about Zion. I'm just tired. Like, I'm
yeah,
just tired of seeing if he could just.
yeah. This
You have Derek Queen, you have a defender, DeJounte, you know what I mean? Like,
with him, I'm
there's
tired
Trey
of
Murphy the
this.
third right now. So, this is on your team right now still. Herb Jones, like, you guys could still do something.
Yeah, I'm tired of the ifs with that guy. So, um, Chicago Bulls trade Ayo Dosunmu to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, and some second round picks, four second round picks. Once again, Chicago's just piling up
I
guards,
don't know what the fuck
piling up
they're
guards.
fucking doing. I think they need Derrick Rose there to be a consultant or something because he's not going to have all these fucking guys on the squad.
Yeah, no, it's a
Like you trade Io, I don't know why you really did that personally.
I think
Like
you could have got more. Like you could have got a maybe a late first rounder for Io. Not a bunch, not 4 seconds. Because the 4 seconds are like you're
you guys are known to draft that well to be taken second round.
right,
Bunch
right.
of
I think it's smart to trade Io because I think a lot of people wanted Io. I think Io going to Minnesota, perfect.
I hope he plays. He should play. He has more height than Rob Dillingham, and he plays defense.
Hmm. He can play the point sometimes. They don't really need a point when it comes to crunch time because you have and you can if you play DiVincenzo, you have him. You're bringing back Mike Conley, so
You even have Bones. You have Bones over there. You have Bones,
But I don't think they mess with Bones like that, man.
bro. Come on, stop this, guys. You guys didn't mess with Rob Bulls. Are you guys gonna play Rob? Probably not, because there's already like six guys ahead of him.
What I always find funny is that Rob Dillingham was the draft pick that the Raptors traded to San Antonio. Then San Antonio traded it to Minnesota, and it's just like he didn't pan out. Like these draft picks, it's funny. I think all NBA teams give like a 3 year shelf life for these guys. I really do think so, but I feel like these beginning ones really get like oh, he's not good. Okay, we're gonna move on instantly. Like they don't wait as long as I feel like they wait for other guys who are they're trying to develop. From my standpoint, like
Yeah, the guys. Yeah, keywords that they're trying to develop. Nigga, you on your own.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate still.
But I like overall Io in Minnesota. I think
Oh, hell yeah.
that's good for them. Let's talk about the big trade. Basically Anthony Davis and then a whole bunch of like Jaden Hardy went, D'Angelo Russell, who I heard doesn't want to report to Washington, so they may have to do like a buyout option.
Wow. Really, D'Lo?
Yeah, he doesn't want to
It's
report to
easier
Washington.
to get past. Accept it. You're like Schroeder.
In my mind, yeah, I get why he doesn't, but I just don't. There could be some teams that do need him, like a backup point guard who can kind of get buckets. I think D'Angelo Russell.
What he just needed over there. Trey on Southie, he's coming off the bench, get buckets.
Yeah, but I don't know how long his contract's for. But yeah, what do you think about Anthony Davis on the Washington Wizards? And yeah, what do you think about them?
Man, honestly, I'm happy the Wizards are actually getting guys that could that could do something on the ball court, right? It's just weird to me. Like AD just went to Mavs, got passed, right? He is getting older, but he's gonna be with Trey Young, some of the guys over there. It's Washington is in a better state than when they started the season, so it's a success. That's all we can say.
Yeah, see, and it's the thing. First, I was like, oh man, I'm like, this is a big deal. Then I thought about it. I'm like, okay, timeout. This is Anthony fucking Davis. One. Let's act like let's not act like the man's healthy the whole time. So like,
Yes.
do I think this is better for Washington? Because ultimately they traded Anthony Davis for nothing. Like, and I mean with all due respect, like these guys are players, but like Chris Middleton's contract pretty much, Marvin Bagley the third, some draft compensation, which really doesn't mean much. AJ Johnson, who's a very young guard who with more development and seasoning could probably become something for
Okay.
you. But other than that, like you have Anthony Davis, so now you still have Alex Sarris had a pretty good season, good defender, can shoot the three. Then and Anthony Davis can only help him be better. Then you have those two guys. Then I think you still have Trey Johnson,
Trey Johnson is a guy. Let me say something to you. That guy is a guy. He's a
right?
sniper. He's pulling up from logos. He's shooting close to 40.
I trust I trust Trey Young to help this team develop. So in my mind, he's only going to help him. He's only going to help. So I think this team. Now, do I think this team is going to be a fucking top six team in the East? Anything's possible, of course, but no, I don't think so.
I don't
I
think so either.
I think the Pacers will definitely be better. I think New York is going to be good still. Um,
Boston.
Boston, those are the three for sures. Cleveland is probably going to keep Harden, and then I think LeBron's going to go there. So that's a team that you still got to compete with. I think Orlando's one of those like they can make a move wherever Giannis potentially goes. If he goes anywhere in the East, if it's a Miami, if it's what I think should be Orlando, like because those ones. What about Toronto? Can Toronto be better next year? Right? There's so much teams in the East that are generally going to be
I'd
better.
say Charlotte, actually. This is still
Charlotte
Charlotte.
too.
Charlotte.
Charlotte. All these teams got better. Atlanta. Like, what's Atlanta's goal? Are they trying to tank? I think they're gonna try to tank next year. That's why this whole, what's his name again? Jalen Johnson experiment. I think it's not gonna. He's gonna get numbers, but I think Atlanta at one point is also gonna have to pick a lane. They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to pick a lane soon. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's just one of those things.
I need
But
to see Jalen Johnson in a playoff series when
yeah,
we're keyed in on you. Like it was like how it was with Trey Young there. So I need to see that first. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. I can't lie.
yeah. That's why I think like Anthony Davis trade is okay, man. It's okay. So, but it's not like anything to walk home about.
Mm-hmm.
Let's speed past through some of these. Raptors got Jackson Davis. He actually had a double double his first
Yeah,
game for Raptors, so like
fucking amazing.
good on him. Um, Another team I think kind of like won the trade. This probably would be like one of the last ones that we probably have a deeper conversation about, which is Zubac to the Pacers
That's a hell of a good deal.
for Ben Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, the 2026 first round pick, 2029 first round pick, and the 2028 second round pick. So basically two first round picks. Now, the 2026 first round pick is protected. It is 1 to 4 protected and 10 on protected. But if it lands from 5 to 9, it goes to the Clippers. It goes to the Clippers. So like there's a chance, right? It can go to the Clippers. If that happens, then I do think maybe they gave up a lot for Zubac, right? But I love Zubac, so I'm thinking like, it's fine. What to become. If the Pacers do get their pick, then that turns into a 2031 pick down the line.
Okay.
And that's unprotected first round. Who gives a fuck about 2031?
Yeah, that's a few years.
You can do so much. You can trade Halliburton and get some fucking picks. It doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't matter. So I think it's fine. Because if the Pacers somehow could get a top four pick, bro, you have a top four pick, Halliburton, Pascal. You still have Neesmith. I think Nemhard is under contract.
Mhm.
Like you have TJ McConnell under contract. You still have Obi Toppin. This team, if they can get like, if I'm them, like I wouldn't really want number one per se, because
I'd go for that guy in Tennessee, that Nate.
right, I think he'll fall like from 5 to 9, so you probably won't get him, right? Maybe if you want him for four, why not?
If you want him for
And,
four, right? But I guess some guy with length, get him playing defense, stuff like that. Shoot threes, fit in. You got Toppin over there too, and Indy. So it's like you got like
the person that they should ultimately want is like either for the future a Caleb Wilson because he's like a power forwardish, but if you want him for a now, maybe the Bonsta, it would be like a perfect small
it
forward
was
to
it was
plug in. A plug-in small forward because Darian Peterson's he's a guard as well, and maybe he could work with Halliburton because Halliburton doesn't want to score.
no, he won't work because he doesn't even play full games. That's the real issue here.
There's already talks about that stuff, and like once again, I think everyone's talking about this draft class being so generational. It's one of those things I'm like, if we keep talking about it being generational, it's going to flop.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna flop
yeah.
because that's what happens all the time. People were saying the Wemby draft was generational. Besides Wemby,
Who else was in that draft?
number two is Scoot. Number three is Brandon Miller, who everyone likes Brandon Miller. Brandon's a pretty good player. It's not even denying
This
that,
who needs to get it in gear though?
right? Amen is on it. Asur, all these guys are on it. But people are talking about generational. People are
Not
talking about
generation. It's those guys are good
it's a
guys.
very good draft. But like generational, once again, is '03 draft is generational. 96 is generational.
I think even 2018 is kind of there.
Who's in 18 again?
I think it was the Luca draft and those
Oh
guys.
yeah, Luca. Is Luka draft generational though? Oh yeah, now it's becoming. You're correct. Now it's with SGA's emergence, it's definitely become a generational draft. And then like Jaren Jackson Jr.'s on that draft too. Like there's some guys. You're correct. 100%. 100%. That's a good draft. Jalen Brunson is in that draft.
Yep,
So
yep,
that
yep,
right. So
yeah,
and these are drafts that no one's calling generational, right?
yeah.
They're
18 no one talks about generational, but they got a lot of guys that's in the league plugging in.
'09 is generational. '09 has to be
Yeah,
generational.
Curry,
Curry,
DeRozan,
Harden, DeMar, and Blake Griffin was like the fucking best player in that draft for the most.
09 was a yeah,
For
yeah,
the first like 5, 6 years, it was Blake Griffin was the best player in the draft. That's the
yeah,
crazy thing.
yeah.
And then like Curry came, Harden came. You have guys who are franchise leaders in points and Harden, DeMar. You still got Drew Holiday in that thing. Nah, that draft was
Drew was in that draft. Yeah, yeah,
2011 is an underratedly good draft. I don't think a lot of people expect that to be that good. And if you did, you expected it was going to be John Wall. You thought it was going to be
yeah.
John. No,
Everyone was
not
ranking
20.
Wall.
Is it 2011? No, that's Kyrie. So you thought Kyrie was going to be nice. You thought like
I
Evan,
think that was maybe 2010. I
yeah,
think.
John was 2010, which is also still a good draft. Like that's still a good draft. Um, yeah, because you had Paul George, Gordon Hayward. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But to call a draft generational, gotta chill on that. This past draft has been really good. The Cooper
It's
Flag
been
one.
okay. It's been okay. I can't lie. It's
You
been
know, really good. So like just to have back-to-back really good drafts, it doesn't always happen.
doesn't no.
But it can, but that was just a tangent. But yeah, Zubac, I think on the Pacers is good. The Clippers are doing like I think they can't tank this year. They're actually still winning games. Kawhi
Yeah.
is being 41. Like they
He had
actually,
the other night. Yeah, I'm just like, damn, this is old Kawhi.
yeah,
His old thing back.
he really can't they really can't do much. Um yeah, they really can't do much. Um there's no other there's a bunch of like other random trades, but nothing crazy. Right now, currently, Chris Paul is technically a Toronto Raptor because I don't think we waived him just yet.
Yeah, what's the Chris Paul
He'll
drama?
get waived. He'll get waived eventually. He should get waived.
We got a okay, the Kaminga.
Oh shit, that's right, bro. Yeah, Kuminga. Go ahead.
Well, we got the Kaminga and Buddy Hield. Atlanta gets, and Golden State receives Porzingis. That's it,
Yeah,
right
which
there.
Porzingis is not going to play for them at all. Not well. He's gonna play, but very limited minutes. Like this doesn't help Steph Curry's window. I think this offseason, you sit down with Steph and say, "Hey, man, we're not good enough, and we're not gonna be good enough. We're just not gonna. We're just not gonna. So we need to take a like. You're not gonna be good this year. You're not gonna be good next year. So then you're done. Like if you had a window, it's the next 2 years. Jimmy
Oh,
Butler's contract is up soon. Like or like the next couple of years or whatever. Draymond Green has like after the season will be 2 more years left on his contract, and I don't know if there's any player option or anything like that.
the
But like,
ship is going down with Curry, not Draymond.
right, so like to me, and we get it. Steph's still playing like a top 10 player. He's playing
Yes.
great, but like unless you're expecting Cam Spencer, Moses Moody, and all those bands to like take another leap, it's not happening.
Cam Spencer is doing his thing. I can't front. He's doing his thing, but
100%. But you can't
Moody
replace
doesn't need
him.
to drop 18 a game. Like this is why you should have kept Kaminga. But
100%. You should have given him more free reign. You should have given him the ability to grow because then you're not stuck in this place. If you just made him feel important with Moses Moody, you could have had such a nice transition. You didn't
seamless,
give that.
bro.
You just didn't give that. Like I know Pod sometimes thinks he's like the best player, but yo, humble Pods. Yo, Pods wants to be that guy. Trade him. Let him go try to pretend to be that guy. He's not. So.
Paz is nice, but I rather Kaminga.
I think Kuminga's upside is still there. I think there's once again, me and you talk about it all the time, especially more lately. The league just doesn't like certain players. And
Cam
it's funny,
Thomas.
the guys that they don't like the Cam Thomases of the world, are the ones that back in the day made the league more fun. But
Yeah,
they
yeah.
they, they don't want that. That's why half the time people are wondering, oh, the All-Star break is so boring. Respectfully, you have players like who are all around players. Jokic is more of an all around player. Pascal is,
Hmm.
Jalen Johnson, Scotty. These players aren't like flashy. They're just like, oh, everyone get the ball. Everyone gets like this, and like no one's flashy. Everyone cares more about like team ball.
Hmm.
So it's hurting the individuality of basketball. I think it's probably something we'll probably talk about in the summer like how the lost art of like being individuals or beating a guy one on one is like almost frowned upon because you look like a ball hog now.
Yeah, yeah. As long
Right?
as you dish it off, make a player. That's how I feel. If you're forcing shots, then it's another story. But if you,
Yeah, but like we're from the time of Allen Iverson took plenty of shots, and all his whole teams had to make sure they screened for that man.
bro, Allen Iverson was one season attempting 28 shots average.
So like to me, it's like I don't know. You talk about Kaminga. I agree with you. Porzingis not going to play. Kaminga in Atlanta. I'm very curious about. I'm very curious about to see. But I'm thinking, you're Atlanta. How are you doing the lineup? Is Kaminga a two then?
You gotta fit him in, man. You gotta.
Because it goes Nikhil, then Rishishe, Jalen Johnson, and then I think that's it. I'm only naming the guys who I'm trying to think who's my future. So Jalen Johnson's for sure my future. That Pelicans pick is my future. And then yeah, yeah. Also, I should have said about the Pacers. If the Pacers have the worst record in the league,
Okay.
they're like guaranteed top four. So they just have to have the worst record in the league. So they need to like basically not try. So Pascal, after February, you have leg cramps, okay, buddy? You have back. Sit the fuck down. We are going on. Yo, we're gonna see some generational like losing soon. Utah, first they played Jaren Jackson in them in the beginning, didn't play him in the fourth quarter. Still happened to win today. They still
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah, I was hearing about that. I'm just like, huh?
yeah.
Rest of the starters.
We're having generational tanking. Generational tanking. Fuck it. Where we have to tank. If this draft is what everyone thinks it is, you have to. You were talking about Cam Thomas. So he got waived or whatever, which is a shock to most people. He got waived, and then the Bucks now have him on. He got claimed by the Bucks. That's fine. Nothing will really happen of it. I don't know about Cam Thomas, man. I feel he's once again he's a product of the new league, and people just don't fuck with the type of player he is.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, he can ball though. He is an NBA player.
Yeah, yeah, he's a hooper, man. The man's a hooper,
Yeah,
but
it's sad.
people just don't fuck with it.
He's gonna get some time over in Milwaukee, so we're gonna see how that fares. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's gonna want the ball. So does I don't know. I would like to see if he can pass the ball more. I do agree. Like I want to see him like average like 5 assists a game.
That'd be something if he could get his assist to 4 or 5 a game.
Yeah, I would want him to wake up as a player to realize like, hey, these people think of you like this. Like this is your time to kind of prove them wrong and say so. Like Michael Porter Jr. Like you think about it, his reputation is different now. Like completely, people like love him. He's supposed to get traded low key. So
Man, shooting 40 from three, averaging 25 a game, most assists of his career.
yeah, like think about it. People love that guy now.
Not the hate has to stop.
Yeah, yeah. A guy like Eric Gordon has also been waived. I think any team who gets Eric Gordon should be excited because that man still has a clip on him.
He still got a clip. Yeah, yeah. Philly trimming the fat, huh?
He still has a clip. So I'm curious to see who can get him. For the Raptors side of things, they got under the luxury tax. That's what matters. They got a backup big. I know a lot of Raptor fans were mad and they wanted to make a big move. Me and you have never been those two people to say big move. It's just stupid to want to make a big move.
100, yeah, yeah.
Unless you're literally gonna get a player. The people wanted Anthony Davis. That guy wants an extension.
Come on, dude. I'm not gonna give him an extension and him not play half.
Yeah, man. I can't. You have to worry every 2 seconds if the man's hurt or not. Nah, I can't have that happen. Um. Yeah, but I'm glad they went on the luxury tax. I think they have so much more next this offseason. Technically, RJ isn't expiring, and technically Brandon Ingram is expiring because he has a player option that, like, if he plays well, he's not gonna sign. He wants a longer extension again. So I can see that happening. Pirtle is right now a negative asset. Manuel quickly is right now a negative asset.
Pirtle, man. I hope you're doing good, brother. Like
Yeah,
real talk.
yeah. Luckily, like kind of luckily, because of today's fights with against in Detroit, Jalen Duren is going to be out for a few games. So is Isaiah Stewart's going to be out for like I took it in. He's a repeat offender.
Of
Like,
course he is.
7 to 10 games he could be out for if they
Detroit may
win.
be on a little bit of a losing streak, man.
And mind you, their next games are against like Toronto, Spurs, things like all that. Like it's not an easy route for them.
Yeah, yeah.
um, at all at all. Last thing I want to mention is that there's now rumors that the league could be agreeing to expand,
Okay,
and
which city?
the 2 cities they've been dying for, uh,
Vegas has to be one.
Vegas, that's the team they've been dying for, and then to bring back the Supersonics.
Oh, Seattle. Oh shit. Okay.
I think that'd be nice to bring back Seattle. So
I know the Vegas one is just the is that's gonna go off the shelf. That's a win.
yeah, they
That's
wanted
that's
that so badly. They want so they'll most likely be in an expansion draft, which I think most teams you have to like save like 7, 8 guys, but everyone else you can. But a lot of times they do that. The 7, 8 guys, people are like, oh no, you save your 7, 8 best players. No, you low key save your 7, 8 contracts. So Pirtle may be up for grabs because they'd be like, fuck it, like we're willing to let go of Pearl because of the contract or Emmanuel quickly. Um, just quick, the Pistons next games, Toronto, then New York, and that's not a back to back. There's Toronto, New York, then Chicago, which Chicago's not a Chicago fights. Then but San Antonio, OKC, Cleveland, Orlando, Cleveland, San Antonio.
Oh shit! All these guys, all these teams in the offs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's harder. Then it gets a little easier again. Then it gets kind of mid at one point. But the Raptors won't really understand this team until March because that Wednesday game, once again, if you don't have the healthy guys, it doesn't mean as much.
Okay,
Doesn't
okay,
mean
that's
as much.
true. That's very true.
Anything, anything you want to chat about before we go?
No, I'm just waiting for Kaminga's first game as a Hawk.
Should be fun, man. Should be
Can't can't lie.
should be fun. Yeah, they had a once again they didn't compete against Minnesota. I thought it'd be more compete for them. I thought they would do more, but they got slaughtered.
Got whooped.
But I don't think there's Jalen Johnson. Yeah, there was no Jalen Johnson. That's why. But you didn't. I was saying, okay, do you play Kaminga or Ricochet? Way Ricochet is playing, you just fucking play Kaminga.
Yeah, yeah. I'm playing Kaminga for the contracts, right? That's why, because Ricochet's on his rookie deal still. This is just the
Right.
pay scale.
Oh yeah, because you have to pick Kaminga this offseason too. You
So
have to pick Kaminga. Do you know who I think it does suck for? I feel bad for Buddy Hield because he deserves to be on like a. He's a playoff swing. The man can swing a playoffs easily.
he can, but like anytime you put him on your ticket, he'd be swinging your ticket too.
Yeah, that's true.
Swinging that thing.
That's true. That's true. But okay, for YS, I am Mike. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. What was your favorite trade? Please comment below and we'll talk again. Peace.